Yaakov goes in to take the bracha, and before he goes in, he puts on the gedi, he puts on the sheepskin, and he prepares himself to fool his father Yitzchak. When he walks in, something about Yaakov's expression tips Yitzchak off. Yitzchak says, "Come close." Yitzchak feels him, and Yitzchak says the famous words, "Kol kol Yaakov vayidayim yidei Esav." The kol, the voice, is the voice of Yaakov. But I felt him, yidayim yidei Esav, the hands are the hands of Esav. Rashi's bothered by what exactly tipped Yitzchak off. After all, Yaakov and Esav were twins. Their voice was likely identical. What made Yitzchak suspicious? And Rashi explains it wasn't the voice, but it was the expressions. You see, Yaakov said the words, "No, please, please, my father, get up." That was an expression that Yaakov used. That was not an expression that Esav used. When Yitzchak heard the word "please," wait a minute, something's here, strange. Could this be Esav? Esav doesn't speak that way, therefore Yitzchak was suspicious. This Rashi is rather difficult to understand, because Chazal tell us the single human being who treated his father with the most respect ever in the course of history was Esav. Not because it was a mitzvah, but because he loved his father. Esav treated his father with a tremendous, unimaginable respect because he had such a sense of appreciation, such a sense of love. If Esav loved his father and respected his father out of love, why didn't he use expressions like, "No, please"? Isn't it obvious that you'll speak that way? Why is it that only Yaakov used those expressions and not Esav? And I believe the answer to that question is a profound lesson. And that is, you could love an individual, you could respect an individual, but how you speak is how you speak. Habits don't die. Even though Esav respected his father, even though he loved his father, he was gruff, he was uncouth, he didn't use expressions like "please," and despite the fact that he looked at his father with reverence, with awe, he still spoke the way he spoke. He still was the same person. And I believe this Rashi is fundamental for all of our relationships. Oftentimes, a young chassan has the attitude, "I love my kala, I'll love her as a wife, everything will be fine and well." That may well be true, but who you are is who you are. If you're gruff, if you're coarse, if you use expressions that are improper, if you're not polite, that will be a part of your marriage. That will rub, that will be a friction, and you could love your wife tremendously, but if you're not polite, kind, sweet, those things will surface. In all of our relationships, whether it be as a spouse, whether it be as parents, whether it be as children to our parents, it's not enough for us to love those people. It's not enough for us to respect them. We also have to work on being genteel, on being refined, on being very careful in our expressions, because ultimately who we are surfaces, and you can love a person, you can respect them. If you haven't perfected the way you speak, the way you act, it will surface. No bigger proof could be than Esav loved his father, respected his father, but still it was obvious from the expressions that he said that he was gruff, that he was unrefined.